he starts using this term oral Torah, okay? And he says that we need to discuss the origins of oral Torah. At no point in this entire 39-minute lecture is Mr. Michael going to tell us what he is meaning. He's not ever going to define his term. Now, he's already referenced the Midrash. Okay, so I have to assume...
Right, the Midrash, as if that's also... If there's a book you can just go refer to called...
The Midrash.
And then you have... No,
So I'm guessing that he's... And my dad brought up a great question the other day. At what point... So if let's just pretend if someone says, and I'm not necessarily yet saying that Mr. Michael is saying this, okay, we'll listen to his clips. But if FFOZ or anyone, let's say anybody, is saying that the oral Torah, quote unquote, oral Torah carries divine authority or divine weight, does that mean that the canon was not closed? Right?
Yeah. Well,
was the canon not closed at the Council of Carthage?
If God gave Moses something at Sinai called Torah, it would probably be canon, right? It would be It would be authoritative.
But at what point does that canon close? In other words, is the Zohar then part of the Zohar part of that canon?
Oh yeah, well
Yitzhak Shapiro is going to say yes.
Yeah, and all of Isaac Luria's group and even the Mitnagdim, the early Hasidim, they took the Zohar as words of the living God.
Exactly.
Right? As much as they took the Talmud as words of the living God.
So when we use the term oral Torah, he refers to it as if we all know what he's talking about. Is he talking about Zohar? Is he talking about Luria? Is he what is he talking about when he says oral Torah? Because the Hasidic Jews are going to tell us that that's part of oral Torah. Right? Okay, let's keep going. So, 87 poses a question. Did we already listen to this? No, we did not. Okay, so let's listen to this one.
So to answer this question, we need to first understand what it is we're looking at. So to gain this understanding of what the oral Torah even is. So you hear this term thrown around, but, what is it? What is the oral Torah, and how does it function?
Boom! There. Now, this is the question that I've been waiting for. What is the oral Torah, and how does it function? He never answers the question.
Oh, really?
No.
He just asked the question?
Well, I think he thinks he answers the question. He says that it was given at Sinai.
But wait a minute. Wait. Does he say that he believes that, or that's what
He says that's what traditional...
That's the doctrine of the two Torah...
Yeah, but once again, he's using this term traditional Judaism, and he's not defining what that means. So is he talking about what sliver of Orthodox Judaism are you talking about? Are you talking about the Hasidic Jews? Because if that is encompassed into your definition of Orthodox Judaism, in other words, okay, let's pretend for a few seconds that we're going to say that the Chabad are part of Orthodox Judaism, which I have to assume he would agree with, because he doesn't define his term ever. If that's the truth, then is Schneerson's sayings and writings, are those going to be taken as oral Torah? Because the Chabad certainly are going to say that that's oral Torah.
Right.
Right? And so
what I'm hearing you say, Caleb, is when teachers or presenters talk with these vague, cloudy, foggy terms and never define them, we have to wonder who's benefiting. What's the benefit for how does this translate into my day, right?
Well, how does it translate? Now, he's trying to, now I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to, he's already told us what his goal is, to shed light on the question of whether or not oral Torah, which is undefined at this point, influences the Messianic, and he hasn't defined that either, the Messianic Jewish hashkafa. So now I would like to, I'd also like him to define, since we know a bit of FFOZ's theology, is he talking about only those who are ethnically Jewish in the Messianic movement, or is he talking about Gentiles as well? So in other words, Toby Janicki has openly said on his videos by FFOZ that he is not Jewish by blood, he's a Gentile. So my question then would be, okay, for Jeremiah Michael, does this talk influence Toby Janicki at all? since he's not a Messianic Jew, quote, I'm using quote marks for those who can't see.
Is Jeremiah Michael, is he Jewish?
I believe the Michaels are Jewish.
Okay.
So, but okay, then you have this.
Well, I remember that in the 10 of David book, Boaz talks that he converted, right? So he convert. So maybe his wife's Jewish, or maybe his wife converted too, or something. Anyway, that's a side note.
Yeah, but my point still stands. Let's take what we know for a fact. Toby Janicki has openly said he is a Messianic Gentile. He's not Jewish by blood. Okay, so then does what Mr. Michael here is saying, should that inform, or should his talk be geared towards just the
who's his audience? Like, who does he imagine himself talking to?
Did Toby Janicki get up and go get a cup of coffee during this lecture? Is basically my, okay, I need all the Gentiles to stop listening because this really isn't for you. This is for Messianic Jews.
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. But I don't even know, where's he going with this talk? I mean, what? I feel like,
wait.
Okay,